never die.
Ladies and gentlemen, my latest creation!
Good evening, everyone. I want to appreciate you guys for coming on now. Tonight, we've got a match, Celestial Deathball against Salt.exe. I have your two commentators here, Crunchbite and Captain Jack. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you so much, Loudtrex. Welcome once again to the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. I am Captain Jack. Tonight, we will be hosting our Diamond Division, Celestial Deathball versus Salt.exe. I'm here with my co-commentator, Crunchbite. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Just got some dinner, just relaxing and ready to see some diamonds.
Same here. Let's go ahead and see if there's any diamonds in the rough on Nepal.
Nepal.
Oh, Nepal. I love Nepal. It's so zen. You know, with all the death and destruction and zenness. It just seems so backwards. It's like this is supposed to be the most tranquil place in the world for Omnix, and yet we have 3 maps that we do battle on here.
I still don't understand why they have a pit that just leads to nothing. Or I guess it's because they all float and they don't really mind as much.
Hey, sometimes you have to just... It's like ascending into tranquility. You just gotta take that leap of faith.
That leap of faith.
All right, first map here on Nepal. Let's go ahead and see how our teams are setting up tonight. Looks like on the Celestial Deathball side, we've got... actually, let me make sure I've got the colors right. Do I have the colors backwards? Nope, I don't. Celestial Deathball's on blue and Salt's on red tonight. So we've got Mal and Amara doing the Ryan Zarya combo, Eternal. Subbing in today using the Genji with Bagel Guy's Hanzo. That should be an interesting combo. Zasuto coming in on the Genji as well. Harry Derry and Aldo Chilbro on the Ryan Zarya combo as well. And Berkey on the Junkrat. So we've got slick shots versus explosive damage. Who is going to come out on top? Let us find out now as they go ahead and start pushing into the point. It looks like Salt.exe already has control of the point for the most part. Mal and the rest of the team trying to push in, trying to make something happen. The poke battle just going back and forth. Amara trying to make something happen. Zasuto ends up getting Eternal. Mal following up on Aldo Chilbro. Zasuto taking out Bacon as well. Hammer down already coming in for Mal. Goodness gracious. And it looks like Amara and Mal trying to take control of the point, but Till and Harry Derry cleaning up the team right now. Till taking out Amara. Bagel Guy following up on Zasuto. Harry Derry taking out Bagel Guy. And it looks like Salt.exe, despite losing a couple at the beginning of that fight, will take control of this first point. Crunch, that was a very interesting back and forth right there. It seemed like Celestial was going to end up taking the point, but they weren't getting the picks they needed.
Biggest thing I was noticing is that the aggression from Mal was there, but the rest of the team couldn't follow up accordingly. Both of the DPS were too worried about the Genji in the backline, and from there, Mal was just by himself with that free shatter.
Absolutely. Here comes the tire. Doesn't end up hitting much of anything. Lots of protection there. Zasuto ends up taking out Bagel Guy. Here comes the blade from Zasuto, trying to make something happen. Ends up taking out Mal. Amara trying to stay protected as much as possible, but gets taken out as well. And the dash at the end of the blade takes out Eternal. And despite all of that, we're going to see... we are going to see Weapons Tech on the Brig take the point, even if it's for 6%. That was absolutely incredible. I'm actually kind of surprised that Salt.exe allowed them to take that, Crunch.
One thing that you definitely got to be sure of is that once someone is capping that point, go in. Just be sure. If you have the numbers game, keep pushing in on the objective. This is an objective game, not a kill game.
Well, I wonder if they were allowing it to happen so that they could go for the stagger. Oh, but it looks like the counter hammer down coming in against the Wombo combo. Wind's Plague gonna get taken out by the Dragon Strike. Mal taking out Aldo Chilbro with a Fire Strike. The Coalescence coming out from Till, trying to keep the Dream alive with the help of Harry Derry, but it's not going to be enough as Bagel Guy takes out Till. Amara following up on Berkey, and Bagel Guy taking out Harry Derry. That will allow them to take a strong control of the point, 88-8. Very interesting turn of events here, wouldn't you say, Crunch?
Oh yeah, but biggest thing is right now is that majority of Celestial Deathball's ults are almost out of the way with just the drag combo, and plus with that late Ana boost. So from there, if they're able to do well with making sure that they can grab and do the tire combo, I think they should be able to get 2-3 easy kills.
All right, well, here comes the tire in from Berkey. Oh, but it gets taken out by Weapons Tech's Bash. Mal taking out Till, Bagel Guy following up on a Wind's Plague. Amara taking out Harry Derry, Mal following up on Aldo Chilbro. It just seems to be decimation right now as Zasuto tries to come in and make something happen, but a Weapons Tech's got his number, takes him out. Amara following up on Berkey, and they're going to continue to hold the point 88-50 and climbing right now. Just doing an amazing job holding on to the choke point right now.
I gotta let you know something. Have you seen how many times Mal has shattered this entire game?
I think 3 coming on 4.
Yes, sir.
That's
one thing that I'm definitely noticing is just they're letting Mal swing as much as they want and not punishing him such. And he's just able to get all the freest shatters he can possibly get from that. I think for what they need to be focusing on is making sure Mal gets down first, so that way those kind of opportunities don't presented to Celestial Deathball like that.
Absolutely. Well, Till cleaning up both Mal and Eternal may allow them to retake the points. Zasuto getting bacon. Harry Derry following up on the Weapons Tech. The Graviton holding everybody in place, but not long enough for the Wombo combo to do much of anything except against Berkey. Amara ends up cleaning up both Zasuto and Aldo Chilbro, and they are trying to do everything they can to hold on to control of the point. The shatter comes in from Mal once again, 99-88, and it looks like Salt.exe will retake control of the point. Weapons Tech and Bacon trying to get out of the point right now as time ticks away once again. Bagel Guy coming in on the Doomfist ends up getting taken out by Till. And we are seeing a 99-99 fight right here as overtime ticks away. It looks like Salt.exe will hold on to point 1 here on Nepal. Wow, Crunchbite, that was an incredible back and forth right there. What do you think really helped Salt hold on to that ending?
Biggest thing that I was seeing was Mal was hyper aggressive with his ultimate at that. If he was able to stay back and actually able to use it for the next team fight, they would have been able to capitalize on that ultimate much more than Mal just trying to use it as a panic ult. From there, I'd say just definitely more ult coordination and just making sure to follow up when needed.
Absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and see what happens round 2 here on Nepal. As we're moving into the point, we've got Berkey switching over to the Hanzo this time around. And it looks like they're staying pretty much with everybody else where they were at. A Bagel guy coming in on the Genji Eternal, staying on the Doomfist, or switching over to the Doomfist rather. Ends up taking out Aldo Chilbro and Harry Derry in the very first fight. And it looks like they're going to take control of the point early. Well, look at that.
Just that DPS swap plus that kind of coordination, that follow-up damage is huge with that kind of team killer. It's just you have so much CC that you can possibly toss around with, and you can also have it just as a high ult impact. Very, very nice change due to very nice ult change there.
Absolutely, and as they start pushing into the point, we're going to see the poke battle going back and forth right now. Aldo Chilbro and Mal going at one another. The Coalescence coming out from Weapons Tech, trying to keep everybody up on the team. Bacon takes out Aldo Chilbro. The Blade coming out from Zasuto. No, there was no Blade. It sounded like there was a Blade, though. I must have been hearing things. Bacon getting the double kill right there on both Harry Derry and helping clean up Eternal, or helping clean up Till with the help of Eternal right there. And they will continue to hold control of the point, 53% and climbing to 0. It just seems like Salt.exe is having a really difficult time getting past this defense. What do you think there, Crunch?
I think the biggest thing is that they have to match that same kind of aggression that Mal and his team are putting up with. Because right now, they're able to do whatever they please, and without any sort of punishment on top of Mal.
I absolutely agree with you there. The Shatter coming in from Aldo Chilbro, trying to do something. The Fire Strike grabs Bacon. Till ends up taking out Eternal. Weapons Tech returning the favor with the Coalescence. Takes out Zasuto. Aldo Chilbro follows up on Bagel Guy Berkey, taking out Amara with the Storm Arrow. Mal trying to keep the dream alive. Ends up getting taken out by Aldo Chilbro, but Weapons Tech follows up on a Wind's Plague. And it's just back and forth right now. Weapons Tech just doing everything possible to try to stay on the point. 99% to 0 right now as the team pulls in once again to try to make something happen. Eternal going up for the strike. Ends up getting Zasuto and taking out Aldo Chilbro and Till. Triple kill right there. Berkey follows up on Weapons Tech, but it's not going to be enough as Bagel Guy takes out Berkey and Mal takes out Harry Derry, making it 100 to 0 here on point 2 for Nepal. It is absolutely back and forth right here, Crunch, and with us going to Sanctum, which is honestly, I believe if you're not taking advantage of the boops, you're playing Sanctum wrong. But what do you think, Crunch, based on what we're seeing?
Biggest thing that I would really like to see coming out of Celestial Deathball is putting up that same kind of aggression, especially if Salt.exe really wants to be sure that they can keep that kind of defenses up. Having that same aggression can keep them keep getting their characters staggered, and then from there they're able to keep doing what they need to.
Absolutely. Well, let's see who's going to take advantage of it. Well, it looks like both teams are. Berkey's going to switch over to the May. Harry Derry and Aldo Chilbro going for the Orisa Roadhog combo, until switching over to the Brig. Oh, no! Double grab off the point from Mal on both main tanks for the side of Salt.exe. Such an unfortunate position to be in. Eternal takes out Berkey, and that is going to be a reclamation of the point, starting things off very well for Celestial Deathball. Amara takes out Till, and it looks like the rest of the team is going to be able to retreat right there. We're going to see Harry Derry switching over to the Diva and Aldo Chilbro switching to the Winston. Now, the dive comp is definitely... Oh my goodness! Mal already coming out with the bongos to try to take out somebody on Salt.exe before anything happens. But Aldo Chilbro and Harry Derry are jumping into the point, trying to make something happen. Aldo Chilbro and a Wind's Plague take out the bongos and Bacon. but they're trying to keep the dream alive. Weapon Stick coming out with the Coalescence. Ends up demecking Harry Derry, but Till takes out Eternal. Amara following up on Zasuto. Till taking out Mal. It is just back and forth between the teams right now, but control is still held by Celestial Deathball, 47% and growing. Bagel Guy taking out Harry Derry with the blade. Aldo Chillbro takes out Bagel Guy. The Primal Rage coming out from Aldo Chillbro, but the Graviton from Amara is going to hold them in place. The Boop coming in for Harry Derry somehow gets credited to Burke. Eternal getting the double kill on Burke and Zasuto. Aldo Chillbro takes out Bacon. Till following up on Eternal. Amara demecking Harry Derry. Windsplay coming out with the Coalescence. Takes out Bagel Guy and Amara. Harry Derry taking out Mal. Get the team kill. And that will allow them to retake control of the point. 74-4. Crunch, that was an incredible back and forth right there.
That was quite incredible. Biggest thing is that the Winston just had the free ultimate charge. Everybody wasn't able to keep focusing down the Moira and the Brig that just kept having the highest sustain. And from there, they were just getting the back and forth picks that were just needed to keep that fight going for as long as it was needed.
I think the thing that was most surprising, I understood why they were going for the dive comp, but I honestly thought that maybe it wouldn't work there. But let's see what happens. The Diva Bomb ends up taking out Amara. Berkey taking out Bacon. Harry Derry cleaning up Mal. Till following up on Eternal. Harry Derry taking out Weapons Tech and Bagel Guy. That's going to be a team kill for the side of Salt.exe. Goodness gracious. They are holding on to this point for dear life. 74% to 52 and climbing right now. As Celestial Deathball is really trying to figure out how to regain control of the point right now. I think the hardest thing they're having is just trying to get set up. Wouldn't you say, Crunch?
I would just definitely say for this point, you got to be sure you're focusing down the Winston and the Diva. They're just right in your face. From there, the DPS aren't doing as much as what Winston's doing when he's zapping 3 or 4 people at one time. From there, it's just got to be, they need to be making sure they focus down those priority targets as needed.
Well, it looks like they're taking your advice. Bagel Eye takes out Aldo Chillbro. Eternal following up on Zasuto. The die coming out from Bagel Guy ends up demecking and taking out Harry Derry. Weapons Tech follows up on Berkey. And that is going to be a point grab once again in favor of Celestial Deathball. 80% to 89. It is a very close match here on Nepal, folks. Let's go ahead and see what they're going to make happen. It looks like Eternal is setting up to boop somebody as soon as they get on the point. Very calculated moves coming in for Salt.exe right now. Going in for the slash, although Chillbro comes in. And the Diva Bomb ends up taking out Weapons Tech and Bacon. Will that be enough for them to retake the point? 99% to 89. It is going back and forth right now, but Harry Derry and Aldo Chillbro are cleaning up right now. Windsplague takes out Eternal, and they reclaim control of the point. 99 to 90 and climbing. Will Salt.exe take away the victory, or will Celestial Deathball be able to get back in and retake control of the point? It was so close. Mal, switching over to Winston, tried to make the dream happen, but Salt.exe walks away with our first victory tonight here on OCCScrims. Mal with play of the game, of course. I mean, come on. Like, 2 environmentals essentially takes out a team kill almost. Like, that's... Look at that, 93% close to the end of that fight to bongos. Like, that's how detrimental those boops are. Like, so detrimental to the team. So Crunch, go ahead and tell us what you were seeing there.
Biggest thing that I definitely noticed was at the very beginning of the last map, it seemed like they were having some sort of issue to see what was the changes that were being done. From there, it was essentially they've wasted that first 5 seconds, but that was completely erased by Mal just getting that sweet double kill. The one thing, though, that I would definitely like to say for Celestial Deathball is just having that focus to get those targets down. Whenever it's a dive comp, you want to be sure you're taking out that Winston and Diva out immediately, especially with that frontline Reaper and having an Orisa there to just stop all that forward momentum. If the Brig's in your face, call out the Brig. If you need to make sure that that Genji just stops being an annoying fly, make sure to get the fly swatter and swat him down. Make sure that you're just getting those targets down, you establish that point dominance, and you can just keep applying that same kind of pressure that you need to in order to win these maps.
I absolutely agree with you there, Crunch. And after that game, just a complete back and forth between Celestial and Salt, and I really am hoping that we're going to see a bunch of strong games from these two tonight. If we are ready to go, it looks like we will be going to Eichenwald next.
Eichenwald?
Eichenwald? Question mark.
Oh, that's a big question mark. But definitely though, for Salt.exe, they did a fantastic job switching off the comp as it was needed, making sure to put that frontline aggression, especially with the Genji and the Brig, just right up there with the Diva and Winston, and they were able to keep making those picks happen every single time, and that is something to definitely not overlook there. They did a fantastic job for that last point, but going to 3 maps, that was quite incredible.
Eichenwald's fine. All right, let's get it started. Chibi Kitty, thank you for the cheers. And Elfie, thank you for the cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Elfie wants to know, who is Hidden Pants 79?
Oh,
who is Hidden Pants?
I previously had a Twitter account, but it wasn't stream worthy, so I had to go and remake a whole new one. And I like the number 79 because it's not too big, but it's not too small either. It's a perfectly good number.
It's a perfectly average number right there, 79.
Just perfectly up in the top 80th percentile of numbers.
I actually totally hadn't noticed that they added that to the stream. Working on one computer now, I'm not able to notice the stream as much. But let's go ahead and look into the chat, see what else everybody else is talking about in here. Let's see, going back into the play. Oh, MGK saying the commentary team here is pretty good.
Oh, glad to know that we're doing pretty good
thank
for you.
Thank you so much, MGK. I have been doing this since we started this over 6 months ago now. Our anniversary for OCC was on Sunday, so happy 6-month anniversary to OCCScrims. Let's go ahead and get the game started here on Eichenwald. Let's go ahead and see what is going to come out for Salt.exe here on the attack. It looks like they are going for a modified GOATS comp. Aldo Chilbro, Berkey, and Harry Derry.
Moats comp. This is
a moats comp. A modded GOATS. A moats comp.
Oh, the mediocre GOATS.
Oh, how is it mediocre?
Look at the team comp. They clearly don't have a Lucio. They don't have the speed
They don't
boost.
have the Lucio, and Zasuto does do good with the damage on Genji, but usually wouldn't you want somebody doing a little bit higher damage? I would think.
Biggest thing that you definitely want is with 2 very immobile heroes such as Zarya and Reinhardt, you definitely want to be sure that you're moving them all up forward in the front lines, because if you don't, that's going to be a slow push that the enemy team can easily take advantage of.
Well, exactly what was pointed right here. It was just kind of a back and forth between them, but Celestial Deathball ended up coming out on top. Bagel Guy ends up taking out Zasuto.
Good headshot. Very
before
nice.
They even get past the choke point right there. So it is already a 5v6 battle, and they are separated right now. Aldo Chilbro on the Hammond, trying to make some work going. If you remember the last time Celestial Deathball played, Aldo Chilbro was on Hammond 3 out of the 4 matches and was doing a phenomenal job against our new Platinum team, but it looks like Celestial Deathball is not taking any of that nonsense as Bagel Guy gets the double kill right there. Mal taking out Berkey with the fire strike, and I think it's exactly as you said there, Crunch. They're just having a difficult time pushing past this choke because they
That's
don't
why
have the
it's called
speed to support.
mediocre.
Mediocre goats. I will listen to you better from now on. It does seem quite mediocre. Let's go ahead and see if they can make something happen. The minefield comes in for Aldo Chilbro. Berkey ends up taking out Bacon with the charge. Mal gets Zasuto with the hammer down. Till follows up on Bagel Guy. Eternal taking out Berkey. It is back and forth right here, but they've got the first stick on the point. Here comes the blade from Eternal, but gets taken out by Till. Harry Derry ends up taking out Amara. It is now Weapon Second Mal trying to keep the dream alive as much as possible, but Aldo Chilbro just keeps booping him off the point, ends up taking out Mal. The Transcendence coming in from Bacon, trying to save Weapons Tech's Bacon. And it looks like Bagel Guys switched over to the Tracer to try to make something happen, but Till and Aldo Chilbro took out Weapons Tech and Bacon. The only one left on the point is Bagel Guy, trying to keep the dream alive, but as Eternal joins the fight, they both get taken out by Windsplague and Harry Derry. Zasuto getting the double kill on Amara and Mal as they push into the point, and they will take point one here on Eichenwald, giving them 3 minutes, 15 seconds to get to point two. Crunch, that was an incredible hold there for Salt.exe, but it almost seemed slow. Like the whole thing just seemed really slow. Even the capture of the point just didn't seem as focused as it could have been.
Right, and from there, the biggest thing that they were able to get that point for is that Aldo was easily able to separate that whole team fight by just setting out his minefield, and he was easily able to separate the Hanzo to where he was able to get easily picked off by the Brigitte, and that's one DPS down that they could have really needed during that fight.
Nope, I completely agree with you there, but right now the alt economy is in favor of Salt.exe, so let's see what they're going to do with it. It looks like the Coalescence is going to come out first. The Graviton's going to hold everybody in place, but the rally coming out from Till is going to try to support the team right there, and it looks like it's working out. Harry Derry getting the triple kill right there on Mal, Weapons Tech, and Bacon. Berkey cleaning up Amara, and they are going to push that payload forward. 2 minutes, 2 seconds left on the clock as they move past the choke point, and they're holding very forward, trying to keep Celestial Deathball away from the payload right now. Crunchbite, what kind of strategy are you seeing being deployed by both teams right now?
Biggest thing that I'm definitely seeing from Salt.exe is just once you have that payload start moving, you can start pushing up with your very immobile team to the point where you can easily have them all the way up in the front line by the time the enemy team spawns back. And from there, the only thing that I can see at a Celestial Deathball coming out is just they need to be making sure that they're able to regroup as a full 6-man. They just keep going out 2, 3 at a time, and they just need to be sure that they're focusing on just regrouping.
Absolutely. Well, Zasuto getting that triple blade kill right there did not help matters much as they take point two. Coalescence coming out from a Winds Plague as well as Weapons Tech. So Bacon also coming out with the Transcendence, but Aldo Chilbro takes out Bagel Guy, who switched over to the McCree. Zasuto cleaning up Eternal. Berkey following up on Amara. It is a 3v6 fight for the payload right now. Mal takes out Burke, making it just a little bit more fair, but Harry Derry is incredibly charged. Aldo Chilbro takes out Mal. Harry Derry taking out Weapons Tech, and Zasuto following up on Bacon. And right now, they're a couple of meters away from capping point three. The Graviton coming out from Amara tries to keep everybody in place, but Harry Derry takes out Amara. As that happens, Zasuto taking out Eternal, who switched over to the Sombra. Weapons Tech getting Till, though, trying to make the fight a little bit more fair. Zasuto takes out Bacon. Harry Derry follows up on Mal. Bagel Guy taking out Aldo Chilbro. Harry Derry following up on Weapons Tech. Right now, it seems like Salt.exe is Salt Bane the point right now, trying to make everything happen as much as possible. Bacon coming out as the Ana, trying to get some antis in, and this might turn the tide as Bagel Guy takes out Zasuto. Bacon following up on Berkey. A Winds Plague takes out Bagel Guy mid-ult. Harry Dairy following up on Eternal, and Bacon till ends up getting weapon stack with the bash. Although Chillbro takes out Mal, who also switched over to the hamster. 1 minute, 10 seconds left on the clock. It is just a death-defying fight for the point, and with a minute left, they will take point 3 here on Eichenwald. Holy goodness gracious, how many switches happened there, Crunch?
I would definitely say at least 2. At least. I'm not 100% sure though.
So let's see. Let's count it down. So Bacon switched from Zen over to the Ana. We saw Eternal switch over to the Sombra. We saw Mal switch over to the Hammond. Like, it just seemed incredibly crazy and chaotic there at the end. Like, I think if you were going to switch to anybody to distract on the point, it would be May, but nobody really picked that kind of strong, impenetrable character, so to speak.
I think the one thing that was definitely needed there was just some sort of high impact damage to just immediately put the pressure on them. They had nothing to stop a hit. They had no hit scans to stop a Pharah. They would have had no frontline shield to stop a Junkrat bomb. And then from there, just having just a Hammond alone on the point could have easily stalled enough while the damage would have gone off and killed the heavy supports and also the heavily fortified tanks.
I can agree with that. So maybe the switches just came a little bit too late for the teams right there.
Oh,
as we go ahead and get prepared, 20 seconds until the attack here for Celestial Deathball. 1 minute, 5 seconds remained on the clock for Salt.exe. Let's see if Celestial can make it happen. I do not know how to analyze this composition for Salt.exe. I really don't. We have Till on the Symmetra, Zasuto on the Torbjorn, which is one of the first times we've seen the new Torb this time around, and the turret ends up taking out Bagel Guy.
See, that's a big feels bad. That's a very big feels bad, man.
Absolutely. All right, well, the poke battle going on here at the choke. Zasuto just shooting from the back line right there. It's just a poke battle, and it's not. We're not seeing much of anything happen. Mal going in trying to get something, but Bagel Guy and Eternal will take out Zasuto and a Winds Plague. That might be exactly what they need there. Well, actually, they took out Zasuto's turret, but that can be good enough. The hammer down coming in from Berkey as they come in for the tackle. The anti on the team and is going to allow them to clean up right now. Aldo, Chillbro, Harry Dairy, Zasuto, and Berkey completely clean up everyone except for Eternal on the side of Celestial Deathball. 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock right there. Crunch, this seems like I don't know what to think of this. Like, these are our diamond teams, and something that I commonly see in, like, silver gold is just working for them right now. What is going on?
I'm going to tell you something, and you're not going to believe me at first. But because of the diamond mindset of seeing so many formulated comps, just watching on just high-level gameplay, sometimes the simplest strats are some of the ones that can easily crumble some of the higher-ranked teams. They just have no idea what to do at that point, and they just don't understand what is really taking them down. Well, the biggest thing they need to do is just sit back, analyze the whole situation as a whole, and from there be able to see what exactly is really putting out that much damage and then make those picks as needed.
Absolutely. Well, Bagel Guy able to get the double kill there on Berkey and Zasuto, but Zasuto's turret takes out Weapon Stack, although Chillbro using the minefield to take out Mal until getting a turret kill there on Bacon. A Winds Plague uses the Coalescence to take out Bagel Guy until following up on Amara. They have stopped Celestial Deathball in their tracks once again with 1 minute, 10 seconds on the clock. I am Like it looks like they finally analyzed the situation. Mal switching over to the Winston. Bagel Guy also switching to the McCree to try to take care of the turrets that are going on here in the point. Weapons Tech leading in with the rally to try to give some armor and health to the team. Bagel Guy takes out Zasuto and ends up taking out the turret as well. So you have 2 less damage on the point right now. Weapons Tech gets antied as the Ana ult from Harry Derry comes in on Berkey, ends up taking out Weapons Tech as well as Eternal. Aldo Chilbro following up on Mal, but Bagel Guy gets a Winds Plague. Till follows up on Bacon. Bagel Guy also taking out Harry Derry, trying to do everything to keep the dream alive with the help of Amara, but Aldo Chilbro takes out Amara. Zasuto getting back in the game, takes out Bagel Guy, and they are going to hold on to this. 10 seconds left on the clock as they try to go in for one final push. All those separated. Mal getting trapped in the ultimate right there from Aldo Chilbro, and Salt.exe will walk away with the second victory here tonight on OCCScrims. Wow, Crunch, it was exactly as you said. It just seemed like the simplest composition just completely shut down all of Celestial Deathball right there, and they just had no idea how to handle that.
Like I said, whenever you see so much high-level gameplay, sometimes some of the easiest things are just some of the ways to just crumble down a very, very well-formed team. But from there, the biggest thing that I would have definitely said for that one is just run through it all. Just run a goats comp that can easily have a Lucio with a Brig. Have the Zarya be sure that she's on detail duty of making sure all those little symmetric turrets can go down. You would either have a Diva or a Hammond to go over and take care of the Torp turret that just has auto aim for free. And from there, just keep isolating the targets that need to go down, such as the healers and the main tank. Once those 2 people go down, the rest of the team just crumbles along with it.
Well, hopefully that will be something that Celestial Deathball will look into next time around. Let's go ahead and go into the chat and see what everyone was saying there at the end of that fight. Absolutely gorgeous plays. Way to go, Salt, from Genji. Genji also saying Torben Sim combo actually works in GM. Why do you diss? I am not dissing. Believe me, I play Torbjorn and Symmetra every chance that I can possibly get. It was just incredibly surprising to see that at such a high level of play, not just be effective. Well, actually, I guess it was just that, to see it be incredibly effective, because every time that I have seen it happen before, it almost seems kind of like a throwaway. Like you do it, but it's just for coking and joking, and to see it so successfully work right there, I'm just incredibly impressed to see that. Let's see if we got anything. It doesn't look like we had much else in the chat. Do you have anything else for us there, Crunch, before we go into the halftime break?
Biggest thing that I would like to see out of Celestial Deathball is the same thing that I would really like to see out of the last couple times that we've been screwing with each other. Just make sure that whenever you have that kind of hyper aggression, the rest of the team can follow up with it. If Mal wants to keep pushing through as best as he can, make a team comp that just centers around just exactly deathballing. Like, make it to where Mal is the center of attention and that he can just sit there, swing for free, get all the hammer downs that he can possibly get, just like how he was doing in Nepal. But from there, it just seemed like they started moving into a more slower and steady stream, and from there, they weren't able to establish what was needed, and they were just able to crumble so easily right after that first point attack.
Absolutely. Well, we will be taking a short break here. Please enjoy this highlight video from last month from all of our OCCScrims teams, and we will be right back with more OCCScrims.
Is this just a dream? Is it reality?
Welcome back, everybody, to the Overwatch Cavalry Club Diamond Scrims. Tonight, I am your commentator, Captain Jack, joined here with Crunch Bite once again. How was your break there, Crunch? Your commentator, Captain
Man,
Jack,
I'm just
joined here
here
with-
as a dude, just looking at my phone. That's all I have to say towards
Not
that.
a lot you can do in 5 minutes. We pretty much refreshed our voices and just get back in it. So let's go ahead and
Yes.
get things started quickly here for map 3, Volskaya Industries. Now-
Volskaya Industries.
Now I always think about the cinematic that happened at Volskaya every time I go to Volskaya, and I often wonder if inside that big factory, like the I forget what her name is, but Katya. If Katya's just still sitting there waiting for Sombra to like contact her, you know what I'm saying?
But they will keep in touch.
Exactly. They're best friends, them.
Yeah, but she's a very important woman. She's gotta build her builds, and she's gotta tell the Omnics that they're doing a-okay.
Absolutely. I do not know, Lautrex. I am not in charge of the game. That would be a question only you. Whoa, what is with the 4-piece Ronald McDonald in the stream? That was a surprise.
Oh, that was a very hearty surprise.
Very.
Let's see.
Oh. Would you say that was made by the Burger King?
Shh. You say that. You know what happens every time somebody says that word.
And nobody tell Wendy about this one. All right, looks like
Oh.
we're good to go. Let's go ahead and see how our teams are setting up here on Volskaya. It looks like a Winds Plague is gonna come out with the Widow this time around, and that's actually interesting for us because I don't think I've ever seen a Winds Plague play DPS.
I'm excited.
I am as well. I always love seeing. It was a fluke. It was a fluke, everybody. Winds Plague is actually going over to tank, but I still think that's kind of. I love seeing people becoming more flexible with heroes. It's not necessarily that you need to know how to use every hero in every set, but having a good like 1 or 2 heroes in each one, it really helps out. So let's go ahead and see what they can make happen here. Celestial Deathball. Everyone's kind of characters still loading in, so I'm trying to figure out exactly who's going against who right here. Here we go. All right, Mal and Berkey doing the poke battle right there as the Rhines trying to make something happen. It looks like Salt.exe is going to take most of them are going to take the right flank except for Zasuto, which is pushing the rest of Celestial Deathball back right now. We see Till coming in on the Tracer, getting in the back line right there, trying to take out Bagel Guy, but Weapon Stack doing a great job to keep Bagel Guy defended. Almost was able to hit Till out of position right there. Till ends up retreating to the rest of the team. Mal coming in with a fat shatter. Ends up taking down a Winds Plague and Burke. But it's not going to be enough against Aldo Chilbro's Coalescence. Takes out Mal. A Winds Plague following up... Or takes out Bacon. A Winds Plague following up on Mal. And Berkey and the rest of the team are going to follow up with a team kill and take point A here on Volskaya. Crunch, that was just incredible. I thought that Mal was going to get that with that shatter, but there just wasn't a lot of support from the team for them to capitalize on that.
Like I said, the biggest thing is that if you want to match that kind of aggression person, you want to be sure that your whole team can be focusing on doing that. from there, they were just playing a very immobile and slow comp that just required that little bit of effort to get that kind of momentum moving. From there, they just need to be pushing right into their face while the Tracer was just behind, not getting any picks. And from there, just be able to get those easy picks as needed.
I absolutely concur with you there. With 6 minutes on the clock, that double kill coming out from Bagel Guy is going to allow them to continue holding this choke as Salt.exe goes ahead and regroups. A lot of ults coming online for both teams going into this next fight. Zasuto ends up taking out Volatile in the back line already. The Graviton coming out from Amara, and the Nano coming out for Bacon is just tearing down Salt.exe right now between Amara and Mal. They just completely cleaned up on that Graviton right there. Berkey trying to get some ult charge. We're going to see the rally coming out from Weapons Tech, giving the team a little bit of armor before this next fight. I always find it odd, Crunch. What do you feel is best? Do you think it's best to use rally mid-fight or before a fight?
I love using it mid-fight because you can be easily able to just run around and do what you need to with the Brigitte speed boost, and you're also giving your team the damage that's needed. And on top of that, it's not just 100 armor at that point. It only caps at 100 armor. So if they're losing that armor, they're still regaining that armor back. So with that and the AoE heal plus the armor pack that you can throw out as Brigitte, you are putting out double as much healing as you possibly can during those fights.
Goodness, well, here comes the Wombo combo from both teams right there. The double kill comes in for Zasuto. Mal ends up taking out Berkey, though, and they are fighting for control of the point right now. Amara takes out Aldo Chilbro. Mal cleaning up Salt.exe right now as they regain control of the point without a tick to be had. 4 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock as Salt.exe goes ahead and gets reset up. That was a lot of ult spent for ultimately not a lot of a payday right there, Crunch. What do you think went wrong?
You're not gonna like what I'm gonna tell you, but it was Mal was able to do what he was needing, and nobody was able to punish him for it. From there, he was just able to keep doing as needed, and there was nothing that was easily able to stop him.
All right, well, I'm guessing Till switching over to the Brig is going to help out with that. The Coalescence coming out from Volatile, trying to keep Mal up, but it looks like Mal is taking a dive. Harry Derry ends up getting Weapons Tech with the anti-nade. Bagel Guy following up on Zasuto, and Berkey getting Bagel Guy. It is just back and forth right now. Graviton coming out from Amara, trying to keep the dream alive, but Aldo Chilbro takes out Bacon amidst the Graviton. Mal trying to make something happen, but Aldo Chilbro using that Coalescence to take him out. Volatile getting taken out by Till. A Winds Blade cleaning up Amara and Weapons Tech. First tick on the point as Bagel Guy comes out, but gets immediately fire struck into oblivion. Bagel Guy getting antied and taken out by Harry Derry. The Graviton coming out from a Winds Plague ends up taking out Mal, switched over to the Hamster. Volatile gets taken out by Aldo Chilbro. Till getting taken out by Weapons Tech. Amara getting taken out by Harry Derry. It was just constantly feeding into the point, but it was not going to be enough as Salt.exe takes away point 2 here on Volskaya. Wow, Crunch. They did a good job wasting a lot of time on that, but I really feel like everything was kind of I don't, maybe you can find the words for me. I just don't feel the synergy tonight.
Like I said, it's just once they get that momentum, they're able to do what they need to. But as soon as they lose it, it takes them a while to get it right back to where it's needed. From that point on, I think they just need to be making sure that if they want to be that kind of hyper aggressive, they need to be making sure that they can be following up with that kind of priority every fight. It can't be a slip for not even for one miss. It needs to be making sure that everybody's pushing in as needed and you're taking out those picks as soon as that opportunity comes up.
I completely agree with you there, and it looks like we're going to see another Moats comp, as Crunch would say. Bagel Guy coming in on the Tracer, but we're going to see triple heals this time around. So I feel like maybe they're listening to that, having the extra heals to let Mal be as aggressive as they want might be what they need to be able to get past this Salt.exe defense. Let's go ahead and see if they can make it happen. Till coming out with the Symmetra once again. Will it keep them in place, or will it be enough to get past Salt.exe? Let's find out as Celestial Deathball coming in to the left side of the point here, going for the straight attack. Mal going against Berkey right there, trying to get some picks. Fire Strike going in. We see Tracer from Bagel Guy getting in the back line, but not doing much of anything except taking out Symmetra turrets. Still important. Bagel Guy getting the first pick right there on Aldo Chillbro. That's going to be a big one. Symmetra turrets going back up for Till, trying to make something happen. Amara incredibly charged up by supporting the aggressive Mal as they continue to push into the point. Beagle Guy getting in the backline. Weapon Stack takes out Zasuto, who tries to get in Celestial's backline. It is a 4v6 fight right now. The tackle comes in for Mal, but Mal and the Wind Plague get antied right there. Ends up getting taken out. Bagel Guy taken out. Till, Wind's Plague following up on Volatile. Is 3v3 fight right now as Amara tries to face off against Burt, Wind's Plague, and Aldo Chillbro. Bagel Guy ends up taking out Harry Dairy. Burke following up on Amara. The barrier coming out from Till to try to separate the point and keep damage away. Aldo Chillbro taking out Weapon Stack. Zasuto following up on Bacon. And it looks like despite the advantage that Celestial Deathball really had right there, they did not seem to get a single tick, and it's a minute and 40 seconds down. What do you got to say for that, Crunch?
Biggest thing is that with the two main heals just immediately pumping as much heal as they could right into Berkey, they were able to do exactly what the Reinhardt was able to do. Take Mal out of that fight immediately. They have no frontline shield, get the freest shatter possible, and just keep following up with that kind of stun damage.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like Berkey's coming up on another shatter. Mal or theirs as well. Bagel Guy switching over to the Pharah ends up getting a Wind's Plague right there. So we have one tank already out of position. The shatter comes in for Mal. Ends up getting Till. Bacon getting the anti-nade on Berkey. And it looks like they may be able to clean this one up with a minute and 30 seconds on the clock. They will be able to capture point Alpha. I think that was very well executed. The switch of Bagel Guy to kind of take control of the air, especially knowing there's absolutely no counter except for if Harry Dairy is incredibly good at playing Ana and can sleep afar midair. I think that was a really good switch on their side, wouldn't you say, Crunch?
Oh, absolutely.
The Pharah pressure was able to keep up everybody off of what needed to be making sure what was going on. And after that, you just got to be sure that with that kind of aggression, you just keep following through with it. And that was what they needed to make sure they could capitalize on that first point.
Wow, goodness gracious right there in the that team fight. Double Gravitons holding most of each team in place. But the only one still available to make it happen. Right, we need to pause the game.
Do a pause.
Pause. It looks like we had Bacon DC mid game. No bueno. Never a good time. Never a good time DCing. But as we'll say every time, this is not Overwatch League. This is not Overwatch World Cup. We're all playing from home, and it's a roll of the dice as to what internets will do what to whom. All right, so it looks like we've got Bacon back in the fight. Let's go ahead and see. The teams are ready to go. We are going to get restarted here. 4 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. So as I was saying, the double Graviton right there, the only one that was really free to do any work there was Zasuto. Ended up getting a triple kill on the Graviton that was holding Celestial in place, and they just cleaned up right after that. So let's go ahead and see. They put a lot of ults into that. So Celestial is now coming in with the ult advantage. Can they use that to take control of point B? The Diva Bomb going into the backline from Weapons Tech ends up taking out Berkey. The barrage coming in from Bagel Guy gets Aldo, Chill Bro, and a Winds Plague, but Till takes out Bagel Guy. It is a fight for the point right now. Till trying to hold on for dear life, but ends up getting taken out by Bacon. Zasuto just jumping around like a Super Mario brother on a super mushroom as the nano comes in. Bacon ends up getting the ante on Harry Derry. The blade coming out for Zasuto once again, but Mal getting the tackle on Zasuto is going to end that incredibly quickly. The tackle comes in for Berkey, trying to take Mal out of the fight, but Mal is well supported. Amara takes out a Winds Plague. Till getting taken out by Weapon Stack. They are cleaning up right now. 3 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock as the second tick is almost there, but Zasuto again jumping around the point, trying to hold on as Mal takes out Zasuto. It looks like they will clean up point 2 here on Volskaya to gain them an extra minute of time against Salt.exe. Oh, no, it wasn't a minute. It was like 10, 15 seconds. I could have swore they had a little bit more going for them right there, but they were at least able to try to tie it up, essentially. What were you seeing there, Crunch?
Biggest thing that I definitely wanted to see, which was amazing at that very last point, was after they were able to get those ultimate follow-ups, they were able to just push right onto the point, establish that sort of dominance, and keep using that same momentum to keep pushing forward all the way up to their spawn, and just keep making sure to keep getting those staggered picks one at a time. And from there, they were able to just keep up what they were really lacking this entire match.
Absolutely. Going into the chat here. Let's see. Sways plays. Every time people don't play Lucio with goats, I yell in my head.
Moats. Moats. Gotta be that mediocre.
All right. Well, let's see what Salt.exe has once again back on the attack. As we go back in here, round 3 here on Volskaya. Bagel Guy coming in as the Doomfist this time around. It looks like once again they're doing this moats comp, this time on defense to and I'm not sure exactly what they're going for. What do you think, Crunch? What do you think the goal is?
I think from there, the biggest thing that they want to do is just keep making sure to just get those slow and steady fights to where the DPS can just get those slow and easy picks and just completely stop that kind of momentum that Mal can just push out. And from there, they're just able to get those one at a time picks where they can just keep moving forward very slowly.
Well, it looks like Bagel Guy and Amara are just cleaning up Salt.exe right now, getting 2 kills right there and pushing back the rest of the team. Harry Derry and Till just working on the front line right now as Till works their way into the back line, trying to get an easy pick before the rest of the team comes in for the next push. Harry Derry supercharged right now, trying to get some hits in, trying to get some charge, but a little undefended there. Zasuto coming into the back line, trying to get a pick, but not much of anything's happening. The anti-nade goes on to Berkey, and we see the nano come in, I believe, on Mal after the shatter, but with the sleep dart ends up coming in from a Winds Plague. There's not a lot that they can do to follow up with that. Bagel Guy ends up taking out Till, but Zasuto takes out Volatile. The Graviton holding everyone in place. Zasuto ends up getting antied, so can't get into the fight as much as they'd like. Weapon Stack ends up getting demaxed by Berkey. The Graviton coming in from Amara, trying to take Berkey out of the fight, but Zasuto getting the double kill on Weapon Stack and triple kill, rather. Weapon Stack, Bacon, and Mal fall into the blade of Zasuto. Till taking out Amara will allow them to take control of the point with only 30 seconds left on the clock. Now remember, once they have completed point alpha, they will get an additional 30 seconds. So by the time they get that, we're going to see a 50-second push, maybe 2 pushes, depending on how this goes. Let's go ahead and see what Salt.exe can make happen as they push into point 2. Crunch, what do you think really worked for them there on point Alpha?
Exactly what I was saying right at the beginning. It was those slow and steady picks where they were just able to easily take off one person, then another person, and then initiate that fight with a 6v4 to make it to where it's their advantage.
Absolutely. Well, Mal getting nanoed once again is not going to help matters as Bagel Guy is cleaning up the backline. Weapons Tech takes out Berkey and Amara following up on Zasuto. This may stop the entire push right now in its tracks as Harry Derry trying to find a way to get into the point, but Celestial holding a very strong choke. And that is going to be round 3, folks. Assault.exe able to take point Alpha, getting them 3 points now. All Celestial has to do is take control of point Alpha and get 1 tick on point Bravo. Depending on what they can make happen, we may be seeing our teams walk away with a tie this round. That would be incredibly interesting.
Don't say that. I don't want to tie. I want a victory.
I want to throw out all possibilities, Crunch. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying it is one of the hardest things to do, to be completely honest with you. Especially with as much time as they've got on the clock. It would, you know, if they can take point Alpha quick, then they have time to work on Bravo.
You know what would solve that issue? Starts with G and ends
Starts with a G and rhymes with oats.
No, it ends with oats because then you got goats.
The goats.
That kind of aggression with goats, though, if you can be able to just push right in with a Lucio, you can easily take out the Reinhardt as needed, go straight to point, get those picks as needed because they're staggering right onto point, and from there you're easily able to get rid of that 50-second delay. You can just keep pushing forward as you need to, and you can just immediately get rid of that first point shenanigans that Volskaya has always been known for.
All right, well, it looks like, once again, they're going to go for the moats, but this time they got the Mara coming in on the Pharah. And as we know, Amara is incredibly strong on the Pharah, getting those picks those hits in the backline already on both healers, almost taking out a Winds Plague. Till looking a little bit low right there, ends up getting taken out by Amara as predicted. Mal follows up on a Winds Plague, and this may be exactly what you were talking about, but just with a little bit extra strategy. Bagel Guy ends up taking out Berkey. It is a 3v6 fight right now. Harry Derry and Zasuto trying to keep the dream alive as Aldo Chilbro is working on the high ground, coming in for the slam, tries to make something happen, but Mal takes out Zasuto. Bagel Guy taking out Harry Derry, and within a minute's time, they possibly will take control of point Alpha. Aldo Chilbro and Till are just kind of back and forth right there, and they are now caught out of position.
Well then, I really thought they were going to re-engage that, but I guess they just decided not to.
I wasn't exactly for certain what they were going for there. Thankfully, they were actually able to get back to their team without getting picked off. That was the part I was really worried about. And here comes the coalescence in from Valentino, nice. Takes Berkey out of the fight early. The minefield comes in, but a majority of Celestial Deathball are already on the point, making work happen. The barrage coming in from Amara ends up getting Harry Derry. The Primal Rage taking out a Winds Plague and doing its work, and they quickly clean up Salt.exe, taking away their first victory, making it 1-2. Celestial Deathball versus Salt.exe. Play of the game, Aldo Chilbro. I always find these Moira plays so interesting because it's at the end of the day, it's usually just Moira just spraying into the entire team, or both entire teams, and then their team ends up getting all the kills and doing a majority of the damage. It's always incredibly interesting to see. What do you think there, Crunch?
I realistically that from there, with that kind of aggression, especially with the Pharah air dominance and easily able to get that main heal pick and just being able to just keep getting those staggered picks, they were easily able to take that first point pick. And then from there, immediately push through, getting those 2 beautiful picks right off with the Moira pick and immediately just pushing through and taking out Berkey to remove that frontline shield. From there, they had no chance to just stop any sort of push that even with them regrouping with that amount of time left, there would have been no way they would have been able to get a full regroup and then recap the point with that much time left. They did a very good job trying to defend it, but at the end of the day, Celestial Deathball was able to figure out how to keep up with Mal's aggression by him going Winston, and then from there just following up with that kind of damage.
I absolutely agree with you there. Well, we are moving on to our last map. Watch Point Gibraltar. Go ahead and start blowing up the chat with you, who you believe your player of the match is going to be. We could be ending this next map, or we could be moving on to a map 5. Woo! I'm really hoping that's what we see tonight. Amara bumping into the chat real quick. The Amara is back. Honestly, we do not see Amara on the Pharah nearly as often as we used to see when Celestial Deathball and Salt.exe started playing together. And it's just been incredibly interesting seeing how the teams evolve over time. Like, Amara was almost strictly a Pharah main at the start of all of this. And then as the team evolved, as their play style changed, Amara became more a tank-like, still able to do amazing plays on the Pharah, but does also amazing on the Zarya. We've even seen some spectacular sim play from Amara as well. So it has been incredible just to watch not only individuals evolve with the rest of the team, but the teams evolve as well over time. So here we go into map 4, Watch Point Gibraltar, where it all began. Well, at least when it comes to the first cinematic.
How dare you?
How dare I what?
How dare you? That's not how my lore.
That's not how your lore works?
No, the very first point of when they were actually called in to do Overwatch was the moment whenever Talon first came in and tried to steal the Doomfist gauntlet, just so that way Doomfist can break out of jail and actually regain his title as Doomfist. And then from there, that's when Winston decided that there is too much chaos in the world. And from there, Reaper with the Talon agents went in to stop Gibraltar. And from there, Winston hit the button to call the Overwatch agents.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
No, from there they actually had. I'm almost guaranteed that it was the one thing I'm very certain of is the Talon agents. But from there, with the Doomfist one, with the Monkey one, I'm not 100% sure which one comes first. But that's just my logic with it.
Which one comes first, the monkey or the scientist? So we will never know. We will never know, folks. All right, 20 seconds as they continue to prepare. It looks like once again we're going to see, or actually Salt.exe this time coming in with the Goats comp, and a Winds Plague taking the Lucio role. So nobody has to bang their heads or anything like that. We're going to see that aggressive Goats coming in. Mal and Weapon Stack on the anti-dive with the Winston Diva combo. Amara coming in on the Pharah once again with Bagel Guy on the Genji. And the Pharah working in the back line, trying to make something happen. The picks are going back and forth, but the ante is really right now on Salt.exe. But it looks like Harry Derry will pull out, end up taking out Bacon at the beginning of this fight. Till ends up cleaning up Bagel Guy. Mal trying to get supported by Volatile, trying to get some picks, but it is a 4v6 fight right now, and the payload is already halfway to point 1. Aldo Chilbro trying to get some hits on the high ground right there as the Hammond. Berkey ends up taking out Mal early in the fight, and the rest of the team is getting pushed back essentially to spawn by Salt.exe as Winds Plague pushes in the payload solo. The barrage coming in from Amara ends up taking out both the Wind's Plague and Zasuto. But Till cleans up Bacon, Aldo Chilbro following up on Mal. And despite the incredible strategy going on between Volatile and Amara, they will be off the point just a little bit too much. And Aldo Chilbro and Berkey will push in for point 1 here on Gibraltar with 4 minutes 50 seconds on the clock to get point 2. Crunch. That was just incredibly aggressive on the side of Salt.exe right there. I'm surprised that Celestial is staying with the composition that they have.
I want to know why they were that aggressive. It's because they ran a Lucio. They're actually able to get that high ground pressure as needed. They're able to just keep pushing forward and just keep being able to be just as aggressive as what the team can be pushing out.
Absolutely. Mal pushing into the back line ends up taking out a Wind's Plague early in the fight, but the payload just kept pushing along. And it looks like the ultimate coming out from Mal, trying to make something happen. That Primal Rage wasn't able to get much of anything. Aldo Chilbro ends up getting in the back line. The weapon stack takes out Zasuto with the Diva Bomb, and the res comes in for Bagel Guy. Bagel Guy ends up taking out a Wind's Plague.
Very nice job.
Mal following up on Berkey right there. Just that was incredibly team coordinated right there. Bagel Guy taking out Till in the back line, and it looks like they will push back Salt.exe just for a little bit, taking them down to 3 minutes 30 seconds. Here on point 2 for Gibraltar. And it looks like we actually saw a switch in the middle of that. Amara switching to the May to try to do some additional distraction here on the point. Honestly, I always feel like May doesn't get nearly as appreciated as she should. Like, she is such a huge distraction for payload maps. Wouldn't you think, Crunch?
Oh, Bagel. I'm sorry, I just saw that where he just ran straight into the mine. That's
not the best way to take that approach, sir.
Nope. Maybe Bagel Guy is like, if I can dash fast enough, I can like phase through the mine. It will not touch me. Bagel Guy trying to keep the dream alive on the point, ends up getting taken out by Harry Derry as well as Amara. Volatile getting the res in for Amara, but Weapon Stack gets snuffed out by Harry Derry as well. The Blizzard coming in from Amara, trying to freeze the point. The question is, will they have enough follow-up to keep the dream alive? Amara separating Berkey from the rest of the team, but that wall is not going to be enough as Berkey takes out Amara. Wind's Plague following up on Bagel Guy, and they will take point 2 with 3 minutes 30 seconds to get to point 3 here on Gibraltar. The Coalescence coming out from Till, but I'm honestly kind of wondering what they're doing. It looks like they're just kind of charging in as we see Zasuto, who switched over to the Brig, goes back to the payload to pull it in. The rest of the team holding a very incredibly forward position here at the spawn point for Celestial Deathball. The Graviton holding everyone in position. The Wind's Plague coming in with the ultimate, but isn't able to make anything happen as Bagel Guy takes out a Wind's Plague. But it looks like they are cleaning up nonetheless. Berkey taking out a Bagel Guy despite the Diva Bomb coming in from Weapon Stack. Not able to make much of anything happen. Till taking out Mal, and they are just essentially locking them in spawn right now. They're just not able to get out whatsoever, and Zasuto is still pushing that payload in. Volatile coming out with the Valkyrie to try to get to the point, try to help the team get in there, but Zasuto takes out Mal. Harry Derry following up on Bacon, and the Wind's Plague getting Volatile. The blade comes out for Bagel Guy, takes out Till. The Harry Derry takes out Bagel Guy. The Mine takes out Weapon Stack. And Mamara, the only one fighting on the point, gets taken out by Harry Derry. Bacon trying to keep the dream alive, takes out Zasuto, but gets taken out as well. The Graviton coming in from Harry Derry, holds most everyone in place, but that payload is stalled right now, folks. It is a 5v6 fight, and right now Celestial Deathball is gaining the advantage with every second that they are able to take others out on Salt.exe. The Graviton holding everyone in place. The High Noon coming in from a Wind's Plague, trying to get a pick, isn't able to make anything happen. Bagel Guy ends up taking out Berkey, and the rally coming in from Zasuto, trying to keep the dream alive as much as possible. Teal coming in with the Coalescence as well as Volatile. Aldo Chobro coming out with the Minefield, but it's getting cleaned up right now. Volatile ends up getting taken out by Aldo Chobro. The Mine ends up getting Amara. Is a battle for the ages right here as they continue to fight. 1 minute, 10 seconds left on the clock, and they might finally, with that final kill series there from Harry Derry and Aldo Chilbro, finally take point 3 here on Gibraltar with just about a minute and 9 seconds left on the clock. Holy goodness there, Crunch. When they opened those doors to go into point 3 to the end of that fight, it was just full on aggression from Salt.exe, and Celestial had no idea how to deal with that. Crunch, what would you recommend in a situation like that when you're literally being held in spawn?
Go out the other door. That's what Bacon and Volatile did, and they're easily able to get the point. Whenever you're holding down that one door, you got to remember there is such a thing as tunnel vision up in the higher ranks, and that moment, that kind of opportunity, you can easily take advantage of that, and that was definitely shown there. There's 2 spawn doors for that last one. 2. You can go out
2 doors.
2 doors.
It's
not
amazing.
Yeah, you can go straight out the point. It takes just a little bit longer, but guess what? There's 6 less people looking at that door, and you can easily just go onto it, and you can keep contesting while they're like, "Huh, why is the cart not moving?" Okay. But from there, the biggest thing is that you got to be sure that whenever you're for where those teams are pushing in and where they're going to, you got to be sure that whenever you're watching where those spawn locations are coming from, you got to be sure that you know where they're coming from and having both of those opportunities directly sealed to make sure that you can have that kind of opportunity secured.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like Salt.exe coming in with the Ryan Zarya. Well, it looks like they're doing a modified goats this time around with Zasuto on the Torbjorn. It's a really interesting way to go about this. Weapons Tech and Mal coming in on the dive comp. Bagel Guy coming in on the Reaper to try to take care of both Berkey, or all 3, Aldo, Chilbro, Berkey, and Harry Derry. Amara working in the air once again as the Zafara ends up taking Berkey out of the fight, but we still see that Torb turret doing work. A Wind's Plague gets taken out by Amara. The Torb turret also getting taken out by Amara, but Harry Derry is cleaning up on the point as they take out Mal and Bacon. Zasuto and Harry Derry demeching and taking out Weapons Tech. Amara using the barrage to take out Zasuto, but Harry Derry follows up on Bagel Guy. The res coming in for Bacon, and Harry Derry essentially going into spawn, but gets taken out by Amara. I'm not exactly for certain what they were going for there, if they were trying to get a pick or what. Mal coming in with the Nano to try to take out Berkey as much as possible. The Primal Rage coming out, trying to keep the payload pushing forward with the rest of the team. Berkey coming in with the Nano, trying to take somebody out. Here comes the Minefield, but a lot of it gets trapped on the high ground. Not doing a lot of good on the payload, unfortunately. Mal ends up taking out Zasuto with the help of Amara, and Amara continuing to work in that backline with the help of the anti-nades from Bacon. The Diva Bomb goes into the backline for Weapons Tech, but doesn't end up picking off much of anybody. The Hammer Down comes in for Berkey. Fat shatter right there. Not able to follow up, though. Wind's Plague does take out Bacon, and the DMEC comes in for Weapons Tech. Zasuto's turret takes out Amara, and Zasuto follows up on Mal, and they are able to hold on to the point with 1 minute 40 seconds on the clock. Crunch, that was Wow, that was crazy right there.
One thing that I really would like to see is just that kind of aggression on the tanks.
Just making sure that those tanks go down as needed. That Reinhardt needs to be sure that frontline shield is down. With that kind of aggression from Bagel and Amara, this should be pretty much a cakewalk. That needs to be making sure that they're focusing those priority targets down as needed, and then they're able to get those picks and keep moving forward.
All right, well, hopefully the switch over to the Reinhardt from Mal will be helpful here. Right now, it just looks like it's a 3v1 fight on the point. The Molten Core comes in on the payload as the Graviton holds them in place to take them out. Bacon gets taken out by Zasuto's turret. Weapon Stack ends up taking out Harry Derry, though. The turret still doing a lot of work, but gets taken out by Amara. And the minefield coming in once again from Aldo Chilbro scatters perfectly all over the objective, keeping the rest of Celestial Deathball away from the point. 30 seconds left on the clock as Mal and the rest of the team push into the payload to try to keep the dream alive as much as possible. The Coalescence comes in from Till, and Mal, trying to hold on for dear life, cannot do anything to protect themselves from it. Berkey ends up taking out Bagel Guy in the back line. Amara coming in with the barrage, doesn't end up hitting much of anybody, but the double kill coming in from Weapon Stack, and the Diva Bomb takes out Aldo Chilbro and Harry Derry. The hammer down comes in from a nanoed Berkey, doesn't manage to get much of anybody, and they get cleaned up by the Bagel Guy. And that, despite being in overtime, will be 0.1 there for Celestial Deathball. They're finding themselves in an incredibly interesting position tonight, Crunch, wouldn't you say?
Oh, quite certainly. Let's see here.
Biggest thing that I would definitely like to see from this kind of team comp as of now is just having that Mal aggression as the Reinhardt, making sure the Bagel Guy can get those backline picks on both of their supports, and just having that air superiority with Amara, just not having anybody, just having any hit scan to stop that.
Absolutely. It seems like Amara is doing a great job at that. Mal ends up taking out Berkey. Amara following up on Till, and Mal taking out a Winds Plague. Bagel Guy ends up getting Zasuto, but not before. The Molten Core is all over the payload and the path 2.2. Right now, Harry Derry switching over to the Diva, trying to keep the dream alive, but gets pushed back by Amara. Volatile bringing in some heals, and they're able to push into 0.2 incredibly quick. Zasuto switching over to the Soldier 76 to try to take care of the Amara in the sky. Bacon ends up demeching Harry Derry right there, and it looks like Harry Derry might get staggered away from the rest of the team as the anti-nade sends them to a quick sleep. I'm just incredibly interesting. It's interesting to still see them going with the triple tank composition right now, Crunch. It was working for a time, but right now it seems with all the damage coming in and not enough heals to kind of support the team, it's really hard for Salt to be able to hold on to this, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Beforehand, they were able to easily make sure that the Hammond was getting the picks as needed. He was putting in that aggression to stop Mal, but as soon as Mal just went Reinhardt, he was able to keep pushing out exactly what the team needed.
Absolutely. We see the minefield coming down once again on the point. Aldo Chilbro ends up taking out Volatile. Winds Plague following up on Bacon and Mal. Aldo Chilbro demeching, and Harry Derry taking out Weapons Tech. And despite how that push was going, it looks like they are going to go ahead and hold. But the ult economy is definitely in favor of Celestial Deathball. One thing that I've been noticing lately, though, is that with that ult economy comes patience and precision. So will they be able to hold on and use the ultimates to their advantage? Here comes the barrage from Amara, ends up taking out Zasuto in the backline and doing a little bit of damage. Mal coming in with the Nano. Volatile also using the Valkyrie to keep the team up. Bagel Guy using the Pulse Bomb, ends up helping Berkey get taken out by Mal. Till taking out Amara in the backline, though. Weapon Tech following up on Zasuto. The res comes in for Amara. And we see the Graviton Coalescence combo taking out Mal. Harry Derry ends up helping take out Weapons Tech as well. And it looks like that will be once again another hold, 40 seconds on the clock, as Celestial Deathball struggles to find their footing once again, it seems. What do you think, Crunch?
With this one, there's a lot of things going on here that could easily be setting it all off, but I think at this point, that kind of aggression with Mal just needs to be complemented with the DPS. Amara was doing well with just having the Pharah, with just the Tracer getting the backline picks, but as soon as the Tracer wasn't able to go around him as needed, they wasn't able to get those picks like they were needing at the first 2 points. From there, I think as of right now, they just need to push forward with Mal's hyper aggression and then just keep making sure that they can keep getting those Zarya bombs as needed.
All right, well, here comes the attack visor from Zasuto, but Zasuto gets antied, and it looks like they will be able to get a double kill, though. The Shatter coming in from Berkey, trying to make something happen, but a nanoed Mal will not go down easy. Till ends up taking out Amara. Weapon Stack getting demeched by Till, and Mal getting, Till taking out Mal and Weapon Stack getting taken out by a Windsplague and Till. And that will be Salt.exe walking away with the third victory of the night and the series against Celestial Deathball. Play of the game, Berkey with a big snowball. And this was this incredible fight here on Final Point that wow. Just touching everybody with that hammer graviton. Oof. Mal 4.4 or 4 minutes 48 seconds objective time. Amara with 15,000 hero damage. Goodness. They were pumping out so much. It just seemed there at the end it just kind of fell apart, and it was just so unfortunate to watch. Wouldn't you say there, Crunch?
I wouldn't say unfortunate. There was definitely a lot of times where the changes definitely needed to be made. Hanging on to those certain ultimates is useful, but to a certain degree, you just got to be sure you can just make those changes as needed, and you can keep moving forward whenever you, as the player, needs to make that decision. Making those ultimates count for where they do count will be useful, but having those certain player picks definitely need to be changed as soon as possible whenever stuff's not working. Not 2 minutes, not 3 minutes. Definitely got to be making those decisions as soon as possible, just so that way you can keep moving forward as a team and keep getting those objective kills and keep grabbing those objectives.
Absolutely. Well, we have come to the end of the night, folks. That means crowning our players of the match for tonight. I will go ahead and start us off for this evening. Oh man, I have to feel like I have to give some love to the healers tonight. So I am going to give some love to Till. Till was doing an amazing job, as we have always seen, coming from a Moira or Mercy with the name Till attached to it, just pumping out an enormous amount of heals for the team, keeping Salt moving in the right direction as much as possible. So Till, you are my player of the match for tonight. How about you, Crunchbite? What do you got for your player?
To me, I gotta give the DPS a little bit of love, because tonight was actually one of the first nights I actually got to see Amara play full games as just Pharah, and she was doing an incredible job, and she was able to keep that pressure up as soon as they were able to just keep melting from just that kind of skyward pressure. So my player of the match has got to go towards Amara for tonight.
All right, how about you, Loutrex? Who's your player of the match tonight?
Oof, I'll tell you what. To me, I think my player of the match was Bacon.
Loutrex.
Can anybody hear me? Oop. Sorry, I was completely muted.
There you go.
Anyway, no, I definitely have to give my player of the match. I would have to give it to Bacon. I love watching Bacon play, and honestly, he was just very, very, very accurate. Really, really was where he needed to be, and I want to see more of him. You know what I mean? I want to see more of him swinging around that Bacon, making things work. That's what I got.
All right. Well, looking in the chat, it looks like we've got some love for Till. MGK saying Mal for players of the match tonight. Sway's Plays also given the hashtag Mal for player of the match. Definitely a lot of love for heals and tanks tonight, but amazing job by both teams tonight. If you have joined us a little bit too late, I'm sorry, but we're already kind of done for the evening. Salt.exe walked away with the victory 3-1 against Celestial Deathball, but it was an incredible fight between these two teams. Do we have anything else? I mean, seems pretty straightforward for this evening.
Evening. That being said, for those of you watching at home, please tune in on Wednesday so we can have our silvers up to bat. Come and give them some love. Outside of that, we've got myself playing on Thursday, so that's also going to happen later on down the week, followed by the Platinums playing on Saturday. Soon right after that, we'll have our community night, and it'll be a heck of a week. So if you are just recently joining in our community, thank you. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the cheers. And take it away.
So, as we always say, tell everyone you know, everyone that you feel is interested in any type of Overwatch. Feel free to invite them to our community on the Facebook. If you have subscribed to the channel, which is only $4.99 a month, a simple breakfast combo at Dunkin' Donuts for one day can get you a whole subscription for the month. You'll be able to get into our Discord channel where you can talk to all of our teams, silver, all the way up to our masters and grandmaster coaches who do a lot of work with our teams, both in and outside of the games. There's always a great sense of community within the Discord. There's so much going on that I missed the cheers on my birthday that were in the Discord. So that tells you anything about how fast the conversation goes. And there's always people looking for games. So if you are PS4, Xbox, or a PC, please feel free to follow. Feel free to join us. We've got players on all types of systems at all types of levels. And at the end of the day, we're all about growing and learning together. So with that being said, that concludes our night for tonight. Come back and join us on Wednesday where we have Hornbeast versus Jebaited. So we haven't seen them due to Game of Thrones kind of getting thrown into the mix with our silvers. So we'll see if facing against Game of Thrones will shake things up between Hornbeast and Jebaited. And with that, I'm Captain Jack.
And I am hidden my pants.
throwing out that dumb nonsense.
And our guy running the camera is Loudtrex, and we will see you all on Wednesday.
Oh, that
Bye.
nonsense. See you guys.